Blockchain. Distributed database that is shared among the nodes of a computer network. As a database, a blockchain stores information electronically in digital format. In order to understand blockchain more clearly, let me start with an example scenario. Let's imagine 4 friends meet up for dinner. After they are done, all of them decided to split the expenses Jane paid. Thus, they will individually transfer fund to Jane. Unfortunately, some bank transaction could fail due to technical issues at the bank. Their account might be hacked. Impose transfer charges associate with transaction exceed transaction limits. To solve this problem, cryptocurrency concept came into existence. Cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that run on a technology known as blockchain. There are some advantages of blockchain, such as cryptocurrency are immune to counterfeiting, no central authority required, protected with strong and complex encryption algorithms. In e-market, found varieties of cryptocurrency such as Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and so on. Bitcoin rated number 1 in the market for now. Okay, let's go back to the previous example. For example, each one of them transfer 2 Bitcoin to Jane, paying their dinner cost. Let's say Carol transfer 2 Bitcoin to Jane. This transaction details between them is permanently inscribed in this block. The record also holds the number of Bitcoin each of the friend hold. A new block will be created in each of this transaction. This block holds the transaction details as well as how much Bitcoin does Carol, Sam, Tom and Jane have in reserve. Each block linked to each other, so they take reference from the previous one for the number of Bitcoin each friend owns. For example, a transaction creates one block consists of transaction details. When Carol transfer a new block created and same goes to Sam and Tom. Let's say third transaction, a new block will be created with all information such as number of Bitcoin each person has. This linked blocks are called ledger. This blockchain shared among all friends, which access a public distributed ledger. What will happen if Carol tries to send 3 Bitcoin to Jane? The transaction will not go through because Carol only has 2 Bitcoin in her wallet. Since all of them having copies of ledger, it is obvious Carol only has 2 Bitcoin left. Her friend will flag this transaction as invalid. A hacker cannot alter the data in blockchain because 1. Each user has a copy of ledger. 2. The data within blocks are encrypted by complex algorithm. Follow us for Part 2. Part 2 consists of closer look on how Bitcoin transaction takes place in blockchain.